It's here. Crunch time has arrived. Good morning, beautiful child of God. It is Sunday, first day of the week. As winter's cold months drag on, we start to long for the garden, for growing things and seeing new life, the warm air, the delicious harvest we're going to get to eat. And then you hit the time in the garden where you just wish you were bored. I told my husband that last week. I just want to be bored. I'm ready to be bored now. I've got over 150 pounds of potatoes already harvested. I have at least that much more to harvest. We'll see. I've got 3 peach trees loaded with peaches that are ready to be picked this week. Well, good news. I only have 2 peach trees ready to be picked this week. So the 2 at the top of the hill are full of ripe peaches. This one is still a little bit behind. But if the work just ended with the harvest, that would be nice. Harvesting is fun. You're getting to see all the cool stuff that God has grown for you in the dirt. It's the preserving the food that really takes the consistent effort. No. No. You are not welcome here. Oh, I hate squash bugs. That's right, Blueberry. You eat those squash bug eggs. Eat them. Kill them good. Okay. I think I got all of those eggs, those demon bugs pooped out on my squash plants, taken care of for today. I know that they'll lay more tomorrow, but what was I saying? Preserving food. Yeah, so, it's a lot of work. And I don't even have space for all the food that I need to preserve right now. So we are going to be ordering a freezer, at least one. And I'll be doing lots and lots of canning. I'm going to go ahead also and get the rest of the broccoli and cauliflower out today. The daytime temps are getting warm enough. I don't want to leave them out here much longer. I harvested and froze several Ziploc bags of cauliflower and broccoli last week. These turn the prettiest purple if you don't cover them up. And here's some of the heads from where they were picked, plants where they were picked. And one of the kids' jobs today is going to be to cut that at ground level. So we just cut it right here at the ground level and leave the roots in the ground so the earthworms and other bugs can keep eating on them. And then next time we plant, we'll just plant, around one of the sides of where the roots were. Pinto beans. So now is my opportunity to have at least this one full week of practice. Oh, someone left the garden gate open. You know the bunnies took advantage of that. All right, so my challenge this week, stay present. Don't think about all the work you have to do tomorrow or the rest of the week or next week or next month, because as soon as potatoes and peaches are done, then the tomatoes will start. But we're not going to think about that. We're only going to think about what is on the schedule for today, and we're going to go through one thing at a time, and we're going to choose to smile and be joyful the whole time. We are thankful for the blessings of what's growing here. We're thankful for the experience. By we, I'm reminding myself that that's me. And there's no point in being rushed or upset. We're going to enjoy this day that the Lord has made. And it's going to start with pulling all the rest of the potatoes. There's one bunch up there on the wall. And here is the rest of the potatoes. Onions look like they might only have 2 more weeks to go. 3 or 4 at the most. So they'll be ready to come out when the tomatoes start ripening. I have one volunteer potato plant that needs to come out over here. Don't forget that. On my Golden Jubilee row, actually I have 2 of them. 1, 2 rows. I've got this one plant. Look how unhappy he is. Ugh. He is so sad. I should probably go ahead and just clip him out and then take an armpit from another plant and get it rooted and started and replace this one. Let's see. This one's kind of big. Well, let's see how well it can do. He's big, but you don't want them too small because you want them off the ground when you plant them. You don't want the leaves to touch, so let's try this one. Doing such a good job pruning, I don't have any more armpits right now. Well, let's go get this guy in water. All right, got this plant ready next to my tinctures here, and I'm betting by Friday I'll have enough roots to transplant him. We'll check in later and see how he does. During breakfast, I remembered I had this bed of Yukon Gold potatoes to also get. If you remember, this was an experiment I tried. Does it count as a failed experiment if it doesn't go the way you wanted? It's still an experiment, right? So between the potatoes, I had planted corn just to see how well they would do together. But the potatoes outgrew the corn so quickly and shaded the corn that it didn't have much chance. So see, this is what the corn looks like now compared to corn planted at the same time, but that wasn't between potatoes. So big beautiful corn, sad little corn. That's the difference that sunlight makes for corn. All right, here we go. Let's see what we get from the Yukon Gold potatoes. I've got a bucket ready for the first bit of the harvest, a wagon for the greens that will go to the chickens. All right, first 3 potato plants pulled. And here are the potatoes. Now let's get to the rest of the bed. I think I had 18 total plants here. Here's the leftover from the potato plants. And here is the area cleaned out. And now the cucumber plants can start growing up those trellises. Lots of extra sunlight. And I cleaned this whole bed out, even of the miniature corn, because in another week or so, I'm going to do another crop of corn. So we have succession planting, so that when these are done, we'll have some more to enjoy. Now, there were only 18 plants here. And if you notice the picture I posted last week, we filled that purple bucket to the top, just like that, with Yukon Gold potatoes from our other bed behind the strawberry planters. And that bed had between 30 and 35, maybe, between 30 and 40 potato plants. And this bed only had 18 potato plants, and it filled the purple bucket and then some. The plants were a lot healthier over here. The soil was much more composted and light and fluffy. And I think the soil in the other bed was still struggling from construction last year. It needs a couple more inches of compost put on before the next crop is grown in it. I'm going to pull the weeds while I'm over here. This is our second year of growing a decent amount of potatoes. We tried for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years and could not get white potatoes to grow well. Sweet potatoes, we could grow as many hundreds of pounds as we wanted to, but not white potatoes. And the secret is really just the soil. Making sure it's healthy and got a little bit of fluff to it. So last year we grew a good amount, but not enough to worry about storing and preserving. This year I get to learn about storing and preserving potatoes. I've never canned potatoes before. There's always something new to learn every year. I just throw the weeds over in the walkway. Because some weeds, if you leave them in the bed where you pull them, they'll just reroot again. And this is my secret to staying on top of the weeds. Now that I can let the walkways just grow as many as they want. You just come in here and pull every now and then. Definitely want to catch them before they go to seed. I should have used a shovel for that one. You can get the root out. That's the best of all. All right, I combined the Yukon Golds into the purple bucket and filled the pink bucket with red potatoes that were at the end of this bed. I'm a little disappointed at how much scab was on these red potatoes. So either it's variety, because the potatoes we grew in this bed here that we got from a different source had 0 scab. It can't be the soil because it's the same soil in both beds. I don't know if it's a nutrient deficiency. If any of you have dealt with that on your potatoes, I'm sure you could let me know quickly before I have to spend time looking it up. It is so hot now. Let me see, what time is it? It's only 10 a.m. I am so hot and sweaty already. I think I might just jump in the pool anyway now. No pool for me yet. I realized I needed to water these little corn sprouts coming up here. Needed to water them. I've had very few green beans pop up in this bed, but I have had them pop up underneath the tomato plant, so I may do some green bean transplants this evening when it's cooler. And I remember to have a load of laundry in the wash machine that I need to hang up. But I am working my way towards the pool.
I learned today that I don't like peeling potatoes. Generally, when we go to eat any kind of potato at home here, we don't peel it. We eat it with the skin. So having to peel over 15 pounds of potatoes for canning today was not fun, but we got through it. And I'm going to have, before I go to bed tonight, I'm waiting for the pressure to come down on my last batch, but I'll have a total of 14 quarts of potatoes canned. So we'll have to try those out sometime in the next couple of weeks and just see how we like them. I did not get the brassicas brought in today, and I also did not harvest the last bed of potatoes today. I should get to them tomorrow or Tuesday, and then we have the peaches to address, and then continuing to preserve the food. And I'm happy with everything that got done today. I don't feel bad that I didn't do everything on my list, and I feel great that I got to relax and do laps in the pool to cool off. Here's hoping the next 5 days go just as nicely as today did. Hope you have a great week, and hope you find things to bring you joy and that you're able to choose joy even in the tough times.